Hey, welcome back to M's Flavor Stage. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. And today, I am going to be making chicken wings. However, I'm going to be making them estilo Puerto Riqueño, which means Puerto Rican style. Yes. So I'm going to be making some chicken wings for you. We're going to have some white rice and we're going to have some pink beans. I'm going to show you how I like to prepare my pink beans. Of course, everyone has ways of how they prepare their food, but you know, it's M's Flavor Stage, so we're doing it M style. All right, so without any further ado, let's get cooking. All right, so here in my bowl, I have a pack of wings. These wings I bought at Walmart. They come already split, so it's the drumettes and the flats. Okay, I had rinsed this with some vinegar. If you don't know, vinegar removes any bacteria from chicken. Okay, and now I'm gonna start marinating these wings. Okay, so I've got this Sazon Tropical mojo sauce. I have never bought this one before, so I'm gonna be trying something new. I already like the Sazon I get from this brand, so I'm gonna assume this is going to be delicious. So I am going to put, let's see, I think I'm gonna go with about 3 tablespoons of this, kind of like evenly kind of coat that. Okay, next up I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Okay, actually not a teaspoon, a tablespoon. Okay, followed by 1 teaspoon of oregano. Okay, then I am going to add 1 packet of Sazon. Okay, and then I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of adobo. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just stir this up. Okay, I know this is going to be so delicious. Okay, so this is nice and evenly stirred up. Now I like my food to have like coloring to it. I kind of feel like I don't have enough color, so I'm gonna add 1 more packet of Sazon. All right, so 1 more packet of Sazon there, and that should be much better for me. All right, stir this up. Yeah, much better. Okay, so that's how it looks now. And I'm gonna turn on my stove, get it nice and hot, and we're gonna start frying these for 7 to 8 minutes or until they are golden brown. Oh wait, I forgot no, I was gonna put sofrito, but I'm not gonna use any of that since I have this Sazon Tropical. So another tidbit of information for you is if you want your wings to have even more of a punch of flavor, you can marinate these overnight. You can marinate it for 8 days, for 8 hours, not 8 days, to get that extra punch of flavor, okay? But other than that, we're gonna get ready to go to our skillet, get these babies fried, and then we're gonna work on the beans. Be right back. All right, this is how our chicken is looking so far. I'm gonna give this about another 7 minutes or so. You wanna make sure, obviously, when you bite into your chicken that there isn't any blood coming out and that there are clear liquids when your chicken is done. As you can see here, it's still kind of red a little bit, so I'm gonna leave this on, like I said, a few more minutes. All right, so while our chicken is cooking, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our beans, okay? So, here I have a can of Goya pink beans. What I like to do is I like to blend about maybe 3/4 of the can of the beans in my Ninja blender, okay? So I'm just gonna pour about 3/4 of the can in here. okay? And then I set the rest of it aside. The next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And of course, you can always get the ground black pepper. This one's kind of kind of chunky, and it gives like really good flavor. Then I'm going to add a packet of sazon to give it that nice color that I want. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of oregano. Sometimes when I have ham, I like to put a few diced pieces of ham in here. I'm gonna take 1 tablespoon of adobo and add it to the mix. Okay. Then I'm gonna let me get a spoon. Okay, so I am going to do about a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic paste. And then I'm going to do a teaspoon of sofrito. And that's that. All right, now I'm just gonna go blend this and I'm gonna show you how it looks. Be right back. Here we have our blended beans. I just hit the pulse mode on this and it looks like that. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to transfer this to a saucepan. I'm gonna take the rest of my beans that I did not blend, add it to the pot, let it cook up, get nice and hot, little boil, like, you know, the boiling point, and that's it. Be right back. So I had decided to put a little bit of water to my container where I had blended the beans because I wanted to capture the rest of the bean sauce that was still in there. So now everything is combined together. I'm gonna wait for this to kind of come to a boil and then the beans are done. Our chicken is nice and done, has a little bit of that char to it since we didn't put any flour on this, but I like char. But if you don't, just lower the heat on your stove. But other than that, this looks absolutely amazing. And last thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a buffalo sauce for this. Be right back. So here in my saucepan, I have a 1/4 cup of melted butter here, along with a 1/2 cup of Frank's hot sauce, followed by a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic paste, a 1/4 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. What else did I put in here? A full teaspoon of vinegar, and also a tablespoon of honey. And we're gonna let this come to a simmer for about 2 to 3 minutes, and we're gonna try this out. Be right back. All right, you guys, so now it's time to try our food. Here we have our delicious white rice with some beans put over it. We have our wings with our buffalo sauce. Look at how delicious that looks. Now let's try. All right, let's try some of our chicken. So good. The rice is perfectly cooked in the rice maker, that is, and the beans are absolutely amazing. The flavors that you taste in this recipe screams Puerto Rican. Okay, the chicken wings were perfectly cooked, nice little crisp to them. The flavors were not too overpowering, but when you add the buffalo sauce to it, off the chain. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I am a fan of the mild buffalo sauce at Pizza Hut for their wings. And I wanted to create like a copycat of that. And I'm gonna say that this buffalo recipe that I gave you comes pretty close to theirs, okay? So you're gonna have to try it. But other than that, I'm very happy with this meal. I hope that you make it as well. Of course, let me know in the comments if you decide to do this recipe. Thank you so much for tuning in. A big hello to all my latest subscribers and a big hug to all of you who have been with me from the jump. Please, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next episode of M's Flavor Stage. Ciao!